All right, so the Toronto Raptors and the New York Knicks just made a trade. Oddly enough, they were having some sort of beef with each other, with the New York Knicks suing us, aka the Raptors, and I find that a little weird that they made a trade. I wasn't expecting it, even though I've made a trade like this in 2K multiple times, but it's pretty funny. So RJ Barrett, Immanuel Quickley, and pretty much late first round pick, but technically second round pick from the Detroit Pistons, for 2024 is going to the Raptors, and yeah, the Raptors just give up OG Anunoby, Precious, and Malachi Flynn. So this will probably be relatively the thumbnail. So shout out to this guy for putting this here. But yeah, so I just I'm really happy because watching the Raptors this year has just been miserable. There's been nothing to watch. Like just hasn't felt purposeful to watch them. There's nothing going on. It's just the same team, same problems. It's just boring. It's boring. It's like last year. It's just boring. But a trade like this just makes me so much more excited to watch a game. Like I actually might even go to one. Like I haven't planned on going to one this year because it just it just seems so boring. Like to go watch the same product, a boring product. They're gonna go down by like 20, make a fake comeback. It's it's the same thing all the time. It's boring. But yeah, I'm gonna break down the trade. So first of all, getting Immanuel quickly for this is insane because, like I said, I've made this trade on 2K before OG for RJ, but I've always given the Raptors just like a first or like salary filler, so like Evan Fournier or whatever. Um, Actually, it wasn't even a salary filler. It was just like, yeah, it was just RJ and like a first probably. I never would have thought that the Knicks would give up Emmanuel quickly. That is like super surprising to me, especially for OG who is expiring and is actually like older than both of them. I believe he's 26 now, and I think RJ and Emmanuel are RJ is probably 23, and Emmanuel I think is 23 or 24. So that's just insane to me. But we also not only that, but we got RJ, the Canadian, a Mississauga man. That's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be so happy to get an RJ Barrett jersey. I'm for sure gonna get one. Oh, he's not a superstar or anything, but maybe we can convert him into one. And I always love like hometown stories, especially for Canada when it comes to basketball, because hockey. Yeah, so usually like hockey players, like it's way more common to see them play for their home city, Canada wise, because there's a lot of Canadian teams, but this is the only Canadian team in basketball. So whenever the Raptors get a Canadian player, it's just really awesome to see. So um, yeah, RJ, Emmanuel. I want to see Quickly starting on the Raptors, like with Scotty. I think he's a perfect combo guard for the Raptors. Not to mention, the Raptors finally have a guard that has a floater game and Quickly has one of the best floaters in the league. So that makes me extremely happy because I remember just begging Fred to just develop a floater because he needed it so bad. Like getting to the basket for him was really hard. So he needed that really bad. Now we actually have a guard that has it. He's almost like a Tyrese Maxey type of player, so it's really exciting. He's obviously not as good yet as Tyrese, or if he'll ever be as good as Tyrese, but he is that type of player. But I'd rather see Dennis come off the bench and Quickly start. He just fits better with Scotty, and I hope Darko realizes that. RJ is obviously gonna start as well. It'll probably be Quickly, Scotty, RJ, or Quickly at the one. No, no, no. Actually, no, that doesn't make sense. It maybe Scotty at the one, Quickly at the two, RJ at the three, Pascal at the four. We'll see if he gets moved. Um, Maybe they'll go for another Canadian and get Andrew Wiggins and Kaminga or something for him. We'll see. And then Jakob Pertl at the five, and then Schroeder, Gary, McDaniel's, and yeah, off the bench. We, we'll have Boucher off the bench too. Yeah, I mean the bench honestly is pretty decent with Dennis and Gary coming off. Even though Gary's a pretty terrible player when it comes to coming off the bench. It's fine though. So we'll move on to the Knicks now. I I like this for the Knicks if like OG had more term. OG expiring, they're gonna have to overpay to keep him, and I just don't know if that like moves the needle for them. Because right now Mitchell Robinson's hurt. I don't know if he's coming back for the season. And if you're starting Isaiah Hartenstein, he's a great player for your bench. If you're like you have like championship aspirations, he should not be your starting center. So Isaiah Hartenstein, Julius Randle, OG, probably Dante DiVincenzo or Quentin Grimes, and then Jalen Brunson is a good lineup. But eh, eh. It's not anywhere. I just don't see how it moves the needle, especially if you lose quickly. Like they're getting Precious, Precious Achuya, and respectfully, Precious is the hardest player to watch. Like he is so stressful to watch. He has a lot of potential, but he probably won't never reach it because, like, respectfully to him, his brain isn't like his basketball IQ is just terrible. Like it's actually disgusting to watch. And then, like, I don't know. I don't think Tom Thibodeau is gonna have a good time with him. I'm not gonna lie. He's like he's hard on mistakes. And then they're gonna get Malachi Flynn, and yeah, like Flynn just had so many chances. They even got him a new coach, and he's still like can't crack the rotation. He's just not good. Like he's just not good. I was really rooting for him, but yeah, he's just not it. So I really, yeah, like I just don't see this helping the Knicks enough to do anything. OG's great. He's a great defender. Like okay, we'll go through this. They're getting like a top 5 defender in the league probably, and one of the best on ball defenders. Like he and off ball, he's great. Like they have someone now that can guard anybody on the opposing team easily. But he's a catch and shoot guy. He tries to go off the dribble and he tries other things. Like he can hit a mid range. He can do other things, but it's so flashy and it's just like it just doesn't like work. That's the best way to describe it. It just doesn't work. He and like his numbers are good. Like I'm pretty sure he's a 45%. Well, probably 45% from the field and then like 37% from three, somewhere around there. But he needs people to create the offense for him. So that 37% is just strictly catch and shoot. Like it's just not like it's not a player that can be your second best player, and he won't be on the Knicks, and he wasn't on the Raptors. But like that's kind of the role that he was hinting that he wanted, but it's just not a role he can have. He can maybe be a third best player if your two best players are really good. The Knicks don't have two of the best really good players. They have Jalen Brunson, who's really really good, and then Randall, who's like he's streaky. He is really good, but he's streaky. Uh, Not like that streaky, but he is a streaky, pretty streaky player. And yeah, it's just yeah, I really like this for the Raptors. Like, I'm really happy. Like, I've been preaching, like, begging from Masai and Bobby to please do something. Like, they needed. I didn't care if it was Pascal or OG. They needed one of them gone at the very least. I'm hoping they explore trades for Pascal. I wouldn't mind keeping Pascal now that they actually did something, but still, I feel like there's better ways, and better like options, to put around Scotty. Not that Pascal and Scotty haven't been working. I just think that Scotty, with a lineup of pure shooters, is just way way better. Like if they were to get, for example, Wiggins and like if they got Wiggins and Kuminga, that's two rotation players for one player, right? So not that Andrew Wiggins or Kuminga are even close to Pascal's skill level, but you get like another player that one of them is going to come off the bench, and then the other one is going to be impactful players. So you're going to get two impactful players for one. pretty much, right? So you just traded two players, or you just traded for like okay, you just traded for Immanuel Quickley and RJ, two rotation pieces, and then you would have traded for Andrew Wiggins and then Kuminga for another two rotation players. So you just doubled the amount of players that are actually rotation worthy. This team barely has rotation players, like barely. So that would be great for the depth. And I think both those Kuminga not so much, but Wiggins actually kind of fits like Scotty a bit. So yeah, like I just love this trade for the Raptors. The Knicks, we'll see. Not a huge fan for it. Um, yeah, best of luck to Malachi and Precious. They're probably not gonna get minutes anymore. I don't know. Maybe Precious turns into some sort of demigod now. I don't know. I doubt it. But yeah, man, we have a we have a guard that can shoot a floater and a three. I really like it. I really, really like it. I really, really, really like it. It's a good. And then we got the Canadian boring guy, man. Like, let's go, RJ. And yeah, shout out Masai and Bobby for actually doing something for once. I say for once, but you know, it's been a while. And yeah, let me know what you think.